Congratulations on starting your own YouTube gaming or streaming channel. I'm gonna be kind of helping you in getting started basically. So step one is picking out a space. This is gonna be the space. We're gonna transform this at the minimal cost I can possibly do. I'm gonna help you guys with a couple different options and how to get your gaming or streaming setup popping. We're gonna get this going, so let's go ahead and start. All right guys, so step one, pick out a desk. I wanted something simple yet inexpensive. I know a lot of us getting started, we're coming out of pocket for this stuff. We don't have these big sponsorships or money coming in. We're at that 8 to 5. So what I did is I went to Walmart and I got this for $39. This is gonna be a great starting desk for you. It's got just enough room for one monitor, your mouse, keyboard right here. You got some other shelves for some accessories. And then what we want to do though is take this to the next level at another cheap cost. All right guys, so what we did is I picked up 2 of these shelves. These were at IKEA. These were about $25, $30 a piece. So let's see, we got 100 bucks. So 100 bucks is gonna get us our initial setup. And I think this is a great setup. It'll just take it to the next level, right? We got plenty of shelf space. The desk doesn't look too, inexpensive. These really just complement it. And I wanted to go with something white. That way, I don't know. I thought a white would be a good setup. And then let's take it a little bit further. All right, guys. So what I did is I picked up this chair here for $80. This was just a secondhand purchase. I didn't buy it new. You guys can get plenty of these on like Amazon, eBay. I actually have this bin store that has Amazon return pallets that they buy, and then we get to go in there and buy stuff at a discounted price. So I was able to pick this up. It was an Amazon return for 80 bucks. I thought that was a steal. I know these are like 200 and something dollars. So I mean, 80 bucks, and that's gonna get you going there. Let's go ahead and push this in there. All right, perfect, guys. I think it's gonna complement it well. So we have the white here, and we have some kind of black accent. So we're gonna, have to think of something here to kind of make it pop a little bit. All right, guys, so now we have our chair, we have our desks, and we have our stands kind of picked out. The monitor is totally subjective. You can get monitors anywhere from $100 on up to $1,000. So I landed on this one because it is white. I picked this up at Best Buy. I did spend about, I think this one was 350 bucks because it's a 4K monitor. It's only 60 hertz, so it's not like one of those crazy gaming ones, but I do a lot of video editing on this and content consumption, and I just really wanted that 4K premium display. I don't really care to have 144 hertz. I don't play Call of Duty or Fortnite or anything competitive like that. I tend to play a lot of more relaxing games, MMO games like Elder Scroll Online or something like that. And 60 hertz is perfectly fine. It does have built-in speakers as well. So if you are on a budget, this would be a great option for you. It is also white, so it kind of blends in with the aesthetic. And let's go on to the next piece. All right, so I did this, all right? It is the new Mac Mini. This thing is super cheap and super powerful, okay? I know there's a lot of controversy about gaming on these, but you can most definitely game on this if you're just starting out, and this is at a perfect price point. This thing, with the student discount, I think it's only like 500 bucks, all right? The specs are great too. I mean, you get 16 gigs of RAM, but it's unified memory though. This is built into the processor, the same processor. So this is super fast memory. It's gonna act like 32 gigs in like a Windows PC, but I opted for the Mac Mini because we're trying to build this really cheap, right? So we're at about $100 for the desk and the stands. We're at about 500 bucks here with the student discount, maybe even 4. I gotta double check, but this is gonna be a great addition to the setup. There it is, guys. Look at this. It's so small, guys. And it has plenty of ports too. You got your HDMI. We got a couple Type-Cs with a lightning here. We can plug in the Ethernet cable. It's got cooling here. We got 2 more Type-Cs and then a 3.5 millimeter jack so you can hook up headphones and whatnot. But this is gonna look great on the desk, I think. I mean, it's gonna be a very minimal look, and we'll kind of take it up a little further. All right, guys, so we went with the Logitech kind of desk mat. This is a bigger one. All right, we got it here, Logitech desk mat. This is gonna look beautiful on the desk, I do believe. All right, so now that we got the desk mat up there, it's giving it a little bit more contrast. It's not so much white, okay? And it's about the same gray as the Mac Mini. It's gonna complement that quite perfectly, if I don't say so myself. And let's just take this up to the next level. All right, so we got our wireless keyboard and we got a wireless mouse. Now this is actually wireless. This does not require a dongle or anything. This is an Aco keyboard. Again, I got this secondhand at the Amazon return place. I got this for like 15 bucks. But I mean, keyboards, you can get these combos for 20, 30 bucks for a combo. They might have a cord, doesn't matter. We're just getting started. So you pick up whatever you can at secondhand, Amazon, Best Buy, Target, wherever you can. Any of these is gonna work. As long as you got a right and a left mouse button and your little scroll wheel, I think you're gonna be fine. But we went with a true wireless keyboard, and the mouse is just a Logitech cheapy one, but it's got the dongle. We're gonna have to plug into the Mac Mini. We wanna kind of keep this simplistic and wireless, right? I don't want a bunch of cables up here. So we got the keyboard, mouse, wireless. We're really only gonna have 2 power cables and then 1 HDMI cable or the lightning cable to the monitor, and that's pretty much about it. All right, now this is totally subjective. You don't need anything like this, but I picked up some cheap little plants from IKEA. These were a couple bucks. I just think putting a little bit of greenery on the desk would just kind of, I don't know, make it pop just a little bit, take it to the next level. So this is a very minimal setup, and it doesn't really cost anything here to set this up, and it really just takes it to the next level. We got to figure out something here though, because we're going to be making content. We don't want this wall blank. So I'm thinking of some 2 cheap little photos we can get. I'm going to go ahead and pop over, see if what we can get on IKEA as well. All right, guys, I got 2 from IKEA. These were very cheap. I think they were at like 10 bucks a piece or something. The frame, I think, was a couple bucks, and the print was in IKEA for like pennies, like a quarter or something like this. So these are super cheap. I think if I hang them up here and kind of stagger them right above the desk, it would make it pop a little bit. That, and I'll have just a little bit of black to complement the keyboard and the mouse, just to make it pop and kind of stand out to the next level here. All right, guys, not too bad. It's coming together. We got a little something on the top here. We got our monitor, we got our Mac Mini, and then this was the little dongle I was telling you guys about. The only thing about the Mac Mini is it doesn't have USB Type A ports. So what we need to do is get an adapter, and I'll show you that now. All right, guys, so what this is it's a little just Type A adapter to a Type C. You can plug the dongle in here, and then we're gonna plug this into the back of the Mac Mini so you can't see it, and it's gonna just pick up that transmission from the keyboard to the Mac Mini. And then, so we're just gonna throw this in one of the ports here. And this is why I wanted it in the back and not the front, because now you're not gonna see this big thing sticking out. So let's throw this back under here. Still looks clean, it still looks good. I think this is coming together. So we have about 5, 9, it's about $1,000 setup. I know I said I was gonna keep this cheap, but $1,000 for a Mac setup is super cheap, because these laptops and these iMacs are like $2,000. I think you can pick up like a used older iMac for about 1,500 bucks, but those things are gonna be with 8 gigs of RAM, and that's not a lot, and they're gonna probably have an M2 chip. This is an M4, 16 gigs of RAM. It's got a lot going for it. And the best thing about this setup is, with the iMac and the MacBook Airs and the MacBook Pros, you have to upgrade the whole thing, right? You're spending $2,000 on a MacBook Air, you know, and then in a few years, you have to upgrade the whole thing. You're in another $2,000. So let's just say in another year or 2, if I wanna get the new Mac Mini with the M5 or M6 or whatever, I only have to upgrade this. And we all know that is much more cost effective. This thing was only 500 bucks. I think with the student discount, 400, whatever, we gotta look. But this is gonna be much more cost effective for you down the road, okay? So we're all in about $1,000 here, and that's gonna get you a perfect gaming setup. I mean, we have the speakers here in the monitor. We have also speakers in the Mac Mini that sound very good. You really don't need anything else to get streaming. You just need some software if you're gonna go faceless, right? So you don't need a camera, you don't need anything at all. This is all you need. All right, perfect, guys. Now, I know we're missing one or two things for you guys who want to go and stream, right? You want to be in that video. So what we could do, and I know all of you have one, is use your iPhone. This Mac Mini is going to pull the camera and the mic from your phone into here, into the Mac Mini, right? So if you're using OBS or Streamlabs or whatever software you're using, you can pull the camera on your iPhone and the mic on your iPhone right into your stream. We all have an iPhone, especially if you have an iMac, you have an iPhone, right? It doesn't matter what phone you have, just having a mic and a camera is going to get you started at the lowest cost. Now, what you could do is jump on Amazon, get maybe a $40 webcam. All right, guys, so what you could do to just step it up, you have a little bit of a bigger budget, right? You don't want to use your iPhone camera. You don't want to use the audio on the mic. What you could do is use something like this. I picked this up for about 40 bucks. It's a 4K web camera. It does have a mic built in. And if you use some free software, you can step the mic quality up on this. It's got like a noise gate and all that good stuff on it, and equalizers that you could use to kind of step this up. If you want to just step it up even farther, you could go online. I think I got this on Amazon for, I think it was like 45, 50 bucks. So another 100 bucks would get you 4K webcam and a great mic. It has a boom arm on it too with a Type-C cable, but technically don't even need that, especially if you're faceless, right? You're just gonna upload some content. All you really need is a mic. You could use the camera mic from your iPhone or this, but this would definitely get you started. One thing, this is just gonna be all aesthetics now. You decorate your desk how you need, but you don't need any of this other stuff to make your setup look any better. I have a watch, AirPods, and my phone. I have this cool little dock that I'm gonna set up on the desk here. I just think that's gonna take the decoration and the use, to the next level, because I'm gonna be able to see my notifications on my phone and whatnot. I'm gonna be able to charge everything on that dock with one cable. I don't want a lot of cables up here, so one cable for 3 things that are gonna be charging at the same time. All right, perfect, guys. I got some just high quality mics. They have nothing to do with streaming right now. I've had these already. They're just gonna go on the shelf for just decoration purposes only. All right, awesome. It's gonna give it just a little bit more, decoration. That's really about it. I got some actual gaming headphones that I picked up from Best Buy. I use these on an occasion. You don't have to for this initial setup. I do use them occasionally, so I'm gonna put those on the shelf as well. And yes, I am that guy. I keep my boxes on display. Don't judge me, but hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, 2 optional things you can also use is your AirPods. If you don't have a set of AirPods, they're as cheap as $149 for the AirPod 4s, $179 gets you the noise canceling, but I have the AirPod 2 Pro 2s. I already had them before the setup. They're $249. These also have audio and a mic built in, so you could most definitely use this in an Xbox controller. You could go wired or wireless. If you go with the wired, you have a headphone jack down here, but I highly recommend Xbox controller. That's gonna set that to the next level as well. We got our AirPods as well. I think the setup is looking pretty good, guys. We do have a Oculus Quest 3 here we'll be doing some stuff on as well. You can most definitely use the Oculus Quest 3 and stream games to the Mac and get it to TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and whatever. We'll dig a little bit deeper into that on another video, but here would be a great setup if you're just getting started and keeping it simplistic. Now we just gotta hook up all the cables and go from there. All right, guys, here's the finished product. Super simplistic, minimal cables at all. You can't really see any cables. I just wish Apple, instead of did the black cable for the power cable, I wish it was white because you could barely see it here. But very simple. We got the charging dock, the 3-in-1. I mean, we got the wireless keyboard and mouse. We really just got one power cable for the monitor, one power cable for the Mac itself, and one HDMI cable to the monitor. Right here, we are ready to go. So as soon as you pop in your AirPods, you have your mic and your headphones locked in, you're ready to start streaming. And I think it looks very good with what we did here just to get started. Again, this is just a getting started video. We'll dive deep in the next video on how to actually start streaming on this and if you can game and all that good stuff. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to like and sub to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.